Hello fellow orchid lovers, it's Danielle here with a week 3 transferring Cattleyas to waterculture video. So as you can see, they're doing pretty good. We're kind of going to discover together how they're doing because my Cattleyas are kept on this shelf and they're pretty tightly packed together to try to get them the best light, and so to take them out and look at what they're doing, I kind of have to take them all out. So I kind of water them and then leave them for a week and then check on them. Usually on Saturday, that's when I water them. So I haven't seen these guys in a couple of days now, so we're going to discover how they're doing together. So we have our Sultan, our yellow bird, and we're going to call this one Bright Star. The tag says it's an Awanagara, which technically Awanagara doesn't exist anymore. It's been changed to something else, and technically this particular plant wasn't even Awanagara, so to avoid all that nonsense, we are going to call her Bright Star because that's part of her name. And then this way I can talk to you about her without stumbling over what she's supposed to be called. So that's going to be Bright Star. So let's just start with the yellow bird. The yellow bird's doing really good. Her new growth is continuing to mature, as you can see. This growth is, she already had this when she came to me, and it looks like it's getting up there, so probably a similar size. This growth, the one that she had when she came to me, it's finally putting out its roots, and I want you guys to see. So you can see there, her new roots are coming out, and that's typically what happens, I find, with the ones that have the Brassivola in them. They put out the growth, and then the roots come later. So she's staying true to what I remember about my Brassivola nodosa. Now those roots are so, I enjoy the color. They're like a really interesting red color. The root tips. Usually it's green growing tips, but she's got like red tips. So it's very interesting, but as you can see, she's doing really well. Again, well, you can't see because I moved the camera. We're kind of discovering together. So, this is her old root system. You can see there's a lot of humidity in the cup, but the water level is all the way down here. And she hasn't had a drink in a week. Well, almost a week, because I watered her Saturday and today's Thursday. So as you can see, there's still some humidity, but it's, the roots, for the most part, are pretty dry. So she'll be due for a drink in a couple of days, so we will refresh her water. Now the one that I don't let go a week before I water her again is my Sultan, because it is a seedling. So I feel like the whole week without a little drink is too long for her. Her longest root has decided to push down. It's gotten a growing tip and it's pushed down to the water level. So that's pretty good. So she's hydrating herself pretty well, but I still do give her like a midweek drink, just to make sure that we don't lose any of her roots. Because other than that one, it's really kind of hard to see the roots that are in the media. You can only just really see the ones up here. Now her new growths are doing really well. As you can see, that cute little nugget right there. Tiny little guy. And then there's another one around this side, as you can see. So they're both doing really good. They're pushing on. I think she's doing well. Doesn't seem to be crashing and burning yet. So I guess, that extra little drink during the week is beneficial for her. The roots are still nice and firm, so she's not getting too much water. We'll just continue the course with her and see how she does. Now, as far as Bright Star is concerned, typically, I found with Cattleyas that are like this, where they have like the kind of narrow pseudobulbs and the very almost oncidium-like leaves, they don't do that well for me. I had an Awanagara, which this one isn't, but I did have an Awanagara which was similar in its growth pattern, and she died on me. And it was all the roots. I couldn't get roots on her. Every time she put out a new root, it would die. I couldn't get her happy, and she just keeled over. Now this one, it seems she's doing much better. So she came with this new growth. It was a tiny little growth when she came, and then she started this new growth once I put her into, you know, the water culture. And now she's getting roots. You can see that new growth, that new root back there. And she's got another one over here. So apparently new growths put out roots before they're mature on this particular Cattleya. And you'll find that they do, you know, each type of Cattleya does do something a little different. As far as roots down in the media, oops, we have one. Look at that. So we do have a green growing tip down there, which I don't think that's an old root because her old roots were not viable. Like some Cattleya roots, they'll just branch, but I mean, her old roots were not capable of branching. They weren't even alive. But it looks like she has literally grown a root long enough at this point, from all the way up here down to there, and into the reservoir. So she's doing pretty good. I think that she's gonna be okay. This method seems to agree with her. And then just something really interesting and cool that I wanted to show you. This is the first time bloom for me on this Cattleya. So this is the one that's supposed to be quote unquote blue. But as you know, most blue orchids are not really blue, they're purple. So this one is the bag baby that I have, LC Final Blue, blue flower. Well, I'm not colorblind, so that's not blue. It's lavender. Yeah, the petals and sepals are like a beautiful lavender color, and then the lip is a really strong purple with like almost like a fluorescent yellow in the middle. No fragrance, unfortunately, but it is a really pretty flower with the frilly lip, and she has another bud to come. And another one of my Cattleyas has definitely got buds in her sheath, so hopefully I'll be able to show them to you soon. But I hope you guys are all having a great week, and that is my update on the Cattleyas, and I will talk to you next time.